Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Carson.
And today we are watching Haikyuu Season 4, Episode 8. What happened last time?
Kageyama and the boys are, getting the communication going. It's really good to see it happen when, some guy's got something to say, and instead of getting frustrated and lashing out at those around him, he just communicates it honestly and sincerely. And everybody, grows from the experience. It's really great to see, and I can't wait to see more of it in this fictional show. Having nothing to do with my normal life.
Please like, please subscribe, let's go. I literally forgot that they were versing these guys.
Dateko! It's been like a month. Stare. I swear to fucking God, Lindsay. I swear to God.
Could you imagine if this entire season they didn't go to nationals and they saved it, and then in the very last episode they were like, we're arriving at nationals?
What if they did?
I would be so mad. Actually, I wouldn't be nearly as mad as the people who watch this like week to week.
I mean, I think you're onto something, honestly.
I
think you're onto something, because, but
we're not even halfway through.
We're almost halfway through, and we haven't started. Not that I'm complaining, that you need, the training arc's important because it breaks everything up. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Scared we're gonna run out of Haikyuu without another epic.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna win nationals by the end of the season.
No. I wouldn't even be happy. I mean, I wouldn't be as happy as if they, were gonna win. But if they went and then got out in the first round or something, and then it was, on to the next, training up for next time, But I don't want to get rid of the third year, so I just want them to keep going.
I really wish they stayed consistent with the translation things. I know it's they're trying to be translated to American volleyball slang, but it's if you just say what they're using English words.
Didn't before, weren't they doing them even when they won one time?
I forget. I forget. Seriously, if they didn't fuck up all those times in their training camp last season, they wouldn't have beat Shiratorizawa. Not even close. Oh, shit. Yeah. He's like a villain.
Why are you saying this? Yeah.
Mr. Resilient. Now I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a little old. No, it's not.
He's becoming more strategic.
Keep moving forward.
I love this music. Yeah, trick him up by not doing anything.
Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
リードブロックは最終的に上がったボールだけを追ってるわけじゃない。レシーブされたボール攻撃に入ろうとしているスパイクセッター瞬時のアイワークで必要な情報をだからさらに処理する情報を増やしてなたがまさに情報を増やしやが非常にイライラするわ相手どこに来るんだどのタイミングでもちろんセッターは何も読み取らせてなんかくれない凄腕肩はいつでもどこでも攻撃可能して溢れる情報に紛れ
Nice.
それにしてもちび太郎のマイナステンポは単品では使い方がもったいない
おっしゃっておりました。
そのじじ
おーし今日一気持ちよく決まったね。
この一本がどうこうってことじゃ今の一本があったことでdatekoはほんの少し多めにひなた態度がほんの少し決めやすくなブロックは迷い始めそしてあわよくばしびれを切らしたブロックが
So he's really turning into some sort of like evil villain or something, just like really analyzing everything and like, then this and this.
回り込まないで山口
ごめん月。
しろよ時間的にこれが我慢してフォームきれいにはい
No.
今まで通り上げたぞ何かも
He's exhausted, dude.
月。
本日スタミナ切れって感じ
飯食ったのにな。お前と一緒に住む。
悪いけど僕
Start biking to school
First of all-
10 miles uphill both ways every day.
First of all, I'm twice the size.
状態を把握する
It takes approximately 3 times the calories just to lift my fucking leg compared to him.
俺今日いいとこのよね超量
でも今すげえいいストレートでした絶対クラスに打つと思った
おお励ましを覚えいや今のは励ましじゃマジのやつだと思うぞ
All right, maybe we should just take a break here.
Maybe we should just wrap it up for the
Yeah.
day.
よし
俺ですか。俺ですね。俺ですよ。
あいつ本当に肝がすごい
Put him in.
準備ができてるやつ
I was gonna say some of these other guys should probably go in just to like practice them up in a game like scenario for once in a while, just in case. You never know when someone's gonna get injured and they're gonna need to go in.
It's weird because this guy looks like, with the new design, he looks almost completely fucking different, it seems like.
お前呼ばれるたびビビ割に決めるくせに
Well, if you put me on more, it wouldn't be such a crazy thing.
He's a feint still.
Yeah.
For sure. He faked you out by running out first. And it worked.
気のせいか今こいつ小金川を釣りに行ったように見える
He was.
He was very convincing. And he wasn't convinced himself that it was coming to him either. Because that was what it was before, was he could only be a good decoy if he believed that it was going to him.
Yeah.
東根さんを選択したのは俺だから俺の手柄だ
Okay, buddy.
I win.
県内最強の壁あの時より高さも強度も増している不思議と怖くない
Remember that was like his whole thing?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
why this is
so
significant.
destroyed, yeah.
That's why we're actually hearing from him for once.
That had a lot. That had a lot.
それだけじゃねえよ
It's nice to see Aussie help like pumped up
Yeah.
for, you know.
I agree. He was like, his introduction was like, I'm just fixing the light thing here, hang on. His introduction was like one of my favorite parts in the whole series.
Yeah.
The like 2 episodes where we got his whole thing, it was like really emotional.
Him and Noya as well. And
Yeah,
like,
their relationship
yeah.
overall. It was really emotional and really satisfying.
影山ってすげえ練習してそう指痛く
I'm not weak like
俺なん
you.
かしょっちゅう爪痛めたりもう今は要望でもない
指立てとかいろいろテーピングすると違和感があるからできる特に指先はボールとの間に 0.1 ミリでボールが分かんなくなるだから爪と指先はいつも完璧に手入れ
I mean, you're not a hand model, buddy.
俺も今日から
どうせ3日も続かねえよ
That's pretty good advice. Like even
Yeah.
it's just like Lindsay got a stress ball the other day, and it's like good for circulation and everything, at least.
小金川は最高到達点
340センチだったかな測ったの半年くらい前だから今もうちょい
高いところから高いとつまり最短距離のセットアップ
軽く頑張ってください
Honestly, calm down, man.
やっぱだてこ威圧感がすげえな
絡まれたくないナンバー僕も優しいだろう
いやいや鉄壁にね二人組を従えてたやつだぞ
俺もヒゲにしようかな
I love this rivalry of just like, it's just very proper, very respectful. Little to no words are ever needed.
It reminds me of Armstrong and Teacher's husband in Full Metal Alchemist. How they just connect on a visceral level.
The guy serving is the one that's like all out of shape when the guy who's like flying around catching it is.
Weak fingers.
あんな余裕ない西野や試合中
ボールをどうか
Shouldn't you be thinking the opposite? Because you're always like.
苦手なオーバーやんなくてもさばけないこともないんじゃないの俺もアンダーで全部取れるできると思ってたのと上がいる選択肢が増えるって分かっててやんないなんてつまんねえよ
If he's really good at one thing, why not try to get really good at another thing as well?
俺だって活躍はしたいけどしくじるくらいなら成功でも今俺のサーブにあの西野が苦戦してるの練習付き合うぜ電源撤回これは俺の練習絶対取れないサーブを打つんだ何高確率で一定の場所に打つ狙ったところに負けられん上手い人が増えるのはいいことじゃんお前がピースを外れるわけじゃんそうじゃなくて
Yeah, it's not out of fear. It's a rivalry.
レシーブもスパイクもいっぺんに練習できればいるときはスパイクやりたいしなじいちゃん先生のとこはしばらく休みっていうのだが俺は一人の練習も得意である
兄ちゃん何してんの？
必殺ロンリーパス練習
夏もやる？
そしたらロンリーじゃなくなるだろそれに夏には無理だ
なら何でも一番でも。
じゃあほれソフトバレーボールでやってまずワンバンしたボールを止めずに地面に寝込パスをし続けながら
That's kind of cool.
これを繰り返すさあやってみろ
Oh,
絵本を見せて
She's so cute.
I really love her style. Very stylish.
ボールと仲良くなったね。前はボールが知らない人って感じだ。今は仲良し。
Very wholesome.
おおサンキューもう一個言っとくこの顔はなんかいいことあったザに頼んでたあれどうにか間に合いそうだいよいよだな
What's that about, I wonder?
I don't know.
Ask Tatsun. Is that this guy? I don't know.
I don't know.
The other blonde guy?
I'm not sure. I thought maybe it was going to be about what Grandpa Coach Ukai said of like that Hinata's quick wasn't being used to the full ability. That's what I thought it was going to be. But it seems
No,
like
it's about.
different.
I think they referenced it. He was talking to him in the store about doing something.
Yeah,
earlier.
I remember. Yeah, that I when he came in, I thought it was going to be that, but then yeah, it's about something else. Yeah, I like this episode. I like that this seems to be like wrapping up this little
just the practice match.
just the practice match and like maybe even this like part of the like training.
It looks like we're going
story.
on to more downtime before we get back into the climb, as it were.
We might get into like the next little thing, and then after that,
I think so. I think we have one small little mini arc of hanging out, either like doing a trip or something. But we saw like just a little thing of the next episode at the very end. But very good. Asahi again proving how much he's grown by being able to break through their block. Wasn't honestly that crazy though, if I'm being honest, because we already kind of had that arc. And his arc's kind of complete in that way as far as the rivalry with Dateko, but
still
not a
pretty
big
nice.
yeah, still just cool to see. Good practice match. I wonder if the practice matches are less intense just because they're more like basic.
Yeah.
Because like I just remember at the beginning, every match that we played, even if it was a practice match, was like treated as if it was a full-on game.
Yeah, I
Just
think
out of
now
control.
the focus, like the season so far, the games haven't been very intense because the focus is on like the characters.
Yeah.
And the way they like work together and things that they're realizing about themselves and about other people and like communication and stuff. And I think that that's just like as it's because it's more internal to the characters. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be expressed through the like fights. Essentially, like that's what it was before. Is like when they were learning something, it was like shown through the rivalry through the other team.
Or it was shown through personal struggle. Like last time when we got a big training arc, it was all about Hinata and Kageyama, like not like Kageyama wanting Hinata to do a certain thing, Hinata wanting to train himself, and Tsuki struggling with whether he cares enough or like finding his purpose while doing volleyball. There was a lot more personal like drama going on with the last season's training camp and everything. And this is like an incremental necessary like movement forward. It's just moving forward at a steady pace. We're training, we're learning more stuff about each other. There's a little bit of drama there with Kageyama that we had last episode. For us, it's been like a long time ago, so it seems like there's less drama overall, but it's still there. It's just, we're moving forward, we're chugging along, making those improvements, hanging out. That's it. It's just, it's sort of the next logical step as far as like training arcs go in this show, because we've sort of, it feels like last season we got so far with training, like everybody picked up something new. Suga was practicing spikes and he ended up spiking that one hit in the Shiro Torizawa match. Noya with the sets from the back and the synchronized attack, everything. The different tempos. There was so much that was established and learned last season that now it's like Hinata's making a lot of progress using his being able to work well with the team while not sacrificing his own physical ability with the quicks, working with the same tempo but knowing when to choose to fake them out. Yeah. And everything like he's used like that's what Ukai was saying. It's like he's just going for the quick. He's not using it with like coordination with his team.
What I was going to say is I love this time. Before, he was just so much faster than the rest of them that the blockers on the other team could immediately rule him out as the person who was going to be hitting. Yeah. So they wouldn't actually be distracted by him. But now, if he's like, okay, I'll do a quick, and then I'll like hang back, and then I won't hit, and then I'll do another quick. And then I'm gonna act like I'm going with everyone else, but then I'm gonna shoot forward just to like, it's different. Like if he's constantly like flailing around doing different things, then they can never fully take their mind off him and just ignore him, which is really smart. Yeah. And really even takes their synchronized attack to another level if you're then already you don't know who's going to be hitting and you're giving it that extra advantage because it doesn't have the advantage of being able to stop something if it comes back. So they need like as much distraction for the blockers as possible.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah.
as far as like a lot of people have been talking a lot of a lot of people are like, don't stop. It's gone. People are talking about it so much that people are now in the comments. I see you guys saying like, stop talking about the drop in quality. You're just gonna fuck up their expectations for the whole thing. As far as the if to just check in on that, it's what I'm noticing about like the drop in quality is it's not like super overt, but I'm noticing mostly in just the pace of the way that things are done, like. And the use of music, the use of editing, the time it just feels like there's less time put into each thing. I don't know if maybe not time, obviously that's a result of the budget being lower because of COVID and everything when this is coming out. But I'm not what bothers me isn't the shots of people like standing there talking and then their mouth is just flapping. It's like the 0.5 seconds between cuts that they're lingering on. It's like the use of one track of music throughout the whole sequence of scenes while they're training. It's like it's not as dynamic and snappy, and there's not like an ebb and flow to the action in the same way that there was before. The writing's the same. The characters are acted just as well for the most part, with exception to Daichi, who's just screaming all the time. Even in the small lines he had this time, he was like super intense about his lines. But you know, that's whatever. My point is all the differences that I'm noticing are not like these big overt things. There are some things where like when they did that one cut of animation of the guy going up and doing the little giant, like the guy with the seagull dude, that was it looked kind of rough, but it fit the moment. It was used well. But that's what I'm noticing. It's like when Asahi was doing his whole thing, it's just like everything feels softer and subtler and not as punchy and snappy. Yeah. And like the emotion isn't behind every cut and swoop of the camera and everything. Mm-hmm. It's just sort of literally drawn out. Like there's just, and I'm not complaining. I understand it. I'm just voicing because this is what I'm trying to put into words what I'm noticing so that I'm not like feel like I have to hide that I'm noticing these things. Oh. I'm not trying to complain about anything. I'm just I guess I'm just reviewing the show. It's still good. I still like it, but I'm just noticing this like sort of, it's like jagged almost at times with the way that it cuts around and syncs the moments and everything and uses the flashbacks.
I feel like
it just feels slightly different.
For me, I can feel like it feels slightly different, but I'm not
exactly.
actively like looking for it. I feel like
am.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm saying that I personally don't really notice it at all. It has a slightly different feel to it, but nothing that's like I'm never distracted by it. There's never been a point so far that I've been like, oh.
Yeah, it doesn't draw attention to it because it's not attention grabbing. It's like that's why I think it's less noticeable. But there's still this thing of like, oh, the quality drops. Well, it's like it's an overall. I just can notice that there's like a difference in editing, directing, choice of music, like not pacing of the overall arc, but like the way that conversations are, like the length that they last over a period of time, or the amount of characters in an interaction seems to be less. I imagine if you took the dialogue over the course of these episodes and compared them to the amount of lines of dialogue, and compared them to the amount of lines of dialogue of the last training camp of an equal amount of runtime, you would find that there were less lines of dialogue here. I don't know who's going to do that analysis, but I'm confident in that, and it's just an interesting way of looking at it. It's not a bash on the show, but everybody, you know. I would have noticed this anyway. This isn't like, oh, you ruined the reactors because you told them that the quality goes down. I would have. This is the kind of thing I would pick up regardless.
I probably wouldn't have really noticed it, to be honest.
I would have noticed it. I
feel like maybe if there was some more intense stuff going on, then maybe I could be like.
There was previously more intense stuff that I chose not to comment on. Like in Kageyama's training camp, I remember specifically there were multiple times where characters were just talking about what Kageyama was doing or what X badass like cool boy was doing, and they'd be like, there was a couple episodes there where everybody's face was like fucked up. Everybody's like, the lines were all jagged and shit, and I was like, okay, at least I can expect that. It's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying this because I noticed. And it's it's whatever. It's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that. Because I've been waiting to like say something this detailed for the course of the season, because I don't want to be like, oh, and here's the shitty animation
every time
again.
I'm gonna be talking about it again.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think if I watched this season and then I went back and watched one of the other seasons, I think then it would become more noticeable to me. But I think because we had a bit of a break in between last one and this one, and I don't really care too much about that kind of thing anyway, I don't really notice it. I honestly think some people are being pretty overdramatic when they're talking about a huge dip in quality that will, like, you know.
I definitely notice it. It's again, it's like, if it's really subtle, but it affects the overall intensity of the scenes, scene to scene, and like the sort of, again, it's like an overall flow. It's a sense of feeling throughout the match. It's like maybe it's just because we have seen a bunch of practice matches and it's just sort of a normal run-of-the-mill part of training to practice against another team now. That's why it's not focused on as if it's this big monumental task to defeat these guys or anything. Maybe that's it, and that's probably mostly it as far as the writing goes. But it's also like there was clearly like a big to-do about Asahi, you know, kind of breaking through here, and like that shot of him like, yeah, smiling with his hand in front of his face and everything. But it just kind of fell flat to me, and not because I don't like Asahi, and not because I'm not excited for him to do that, but just because the whole sort of it's the flow. It's like the music. There was a music track that went through at least half of the episode. Like if you listen to the music, it's like that hype sort of, and then it's like, like there's a guy singing in the background. It's like you commented, you're like, oh, this song's great. I'm like, oh yeah, the song is great. It's been going on for like 10 minutes though. I'm sounding like I'm complaining because I'm making fun of it because I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not shitting. I'm not trying to shit on the show. I'm just noticing things.
Anyway, please
leave a like
please
and subscribe. Check out Patreon
Bye-bye.
in the description. Bye bye.